Hey everybody out there in the YO universe, this is Survivor 2002 coming at you again from the secret lair in Virginia. And this is the final recap. Tonight is the night that we finally learn who our American Idol for 2009 is. Before I start recapping the other night's show, I just want to briefly touch on this. I don't want this to turn into an editorial or stand on soapbox for 20 minutes and ranting, so I just want to mention this, get it out of the way, and then move on. The whole controversy has really gotten out of hand, especially with the voting last night, and it's kind of troubling, really, and extremely unfair to both Kris and Adam that some people have felt that it's necessary to make them into some kind of political symbols, and that American Idol is now a battleground for where the future of the politics of morality and the politics of sexuality are at stake or something. I mean, it's ridiculous. If I were able to speak to either Adam or Kris, Adam, I'm not too worried about. He seems like he's very seasoned, very experienced. He knows his way around show business, and he knows how to deal with something like this. Kris, on the other hand, is a newbie. You could tell from the auditions when he finally got accepted into the top 36 that I don't think he realized the scope of what's happening, and it's really bad that his handlers or his parents or whoever don't know that the last thing that needs to happen right now is for him to be made into some kind of a symbol in this competition. When did this become a political battlefield and, mutate from what started out as a simple singing contest? Please, people, chill out. Take a moment. Take a breather. I mean, it's two guys, one who admittedly has a little bit more talent than the other one, to put it mildly. But Kris, if he hopes to have any longevity in his career, the one thing he needs to do now is to distance himself, to separate himself from all this BS that's been happening, because the people who have a tendency to rally around someone and make them a figurehead for their agenda, to make them a symbol of something, those are the same people that have a tendency to abandon that person later on once that agenda has been fulfilled. So in other words, fair weather friends, especially politically speaking, which, this is not supposed to be about politics to begin with. It's supposed to be about singing and somebody winning a title and going on to have at least a halfway decent career. But really, if Kris wants to guarantee himself that, he needs to distance himself from this as much as he can, especially if he wins. Because Adam, we're not worried about. We already know that whatever happens tonight, he's going to have a hell of a career. Stage, TV, movies, recordings, the possibilities are endless for him. I don't want to say the possibilities are not endless for Kris. It all depends on the opportunities that they both have and what they make of them when they get them. And for Kris, this time is especially crucial. Okay, we're all done with that. Moving on. One of the things I wish they would change about the finale is that from here on in, the 3 songs that they have the final 2 contestants perform, let's make the first 2 something original. We don't need to take leftovers and warm them up from the last few shows. We already know how well they did with those songs before. Why go back and rehash them? For God's sake, you got the money. Have them do something new, something that we're not expecting, something that will really make us sit and go, wow, we didn't see that one coming. Because I got to tell you, boys and girls, hearing them do the first 2 songs, I think Adam did Mad World and Kris did Ain't No Sunshine. It was nice to hear them again, but hey, they're on iTunes. We don't need to go back over those again. And note for Miss Kara, I wouldn't brag too much about that original song that the 2 of them had to do at the end, because I really fell for them. That song was pure crap. Yeah, I'm going to put it right out there, Kara. Sorry, the song sucked. In fact, in previous seasons, when they had the songwriting competitions and the amateur songwriters would put their songs up for people to vote on, and the winner would be performed by the finalists in the finale, those songs were no prizes either, and a lot of them were better than the song that you co-wrote with Kathy Dennis and the other guy for last night. Yeah, I wouldn't really put that on my resume if I were you. That was not a good song. And Randy and Simon both knew that, although they were very polite to their credit. When they critiqued that, it was like, okay, I'm not going to critique this song, I'll just critique you. And you could read between the lines on what they meant on that. But yeah, I wish that the first song that was picked by the idols could be something new and not something from the previous shows. And that original song, couldn't we do better and get something that already exists? Something that they could both do differing versions of that would really be good. Like, I would have loved to have heard Adam and Kris both go at something like, say, Somebody to Love from Queen. Now, well, I don't know, because that would actually give Adam an unfair advantage, because Kris could never deal with that song the same way Adam would. But the second song, okay, here is what distinguished the person who should win from the person who's taking second place. When Simon Fuller, the executive producer and creator of American Idol, selected those songs for them instead of Clive Davis, which is what used to happen in previous seasons. And he selected What's Going On for Kris, which, it was a decent performance. I mean, let's face it. It was pleasant. It was something that you'd turn on the radio and hear, and would make great audio wallpaper for the background when you're painting the house or mopping the kitchen or something. That would be fine. But as far as, who was that said that? Kara said, she said basically that Marvin would be proud. He might like it, but I don't think he'd be over the moon about that version, to be honest with you. It was decent, but that's probably about as far as I can go with that. Adam doing A Change Is Gonna Come. Wow. That's a song you can't half step on. You're either gonna put your heart, soul, and guts into that song when you do it, or you're just gonna leave it the hell alone. He definitely did the former and not the latter. I mean, it was beautiful, a beautiful rendition. And if I sound biased, hey, I'm an Adam fan. And really, seriously, I start out as a Danny fan. If you remember from the beginning of the season, I picked Danny as my dark horse. So here we are. He's gone. Adam's here. And somewhere in the middle of the season, I switched camps because I realized Adam has really got it going on as far as the talent goes. The level of talent he has is unfreaking real. But overall, the show wasn't too bad. I just wish they would change the format up a little bit. And like I said before, I just wish people would focus on the talent and the singing aspect of the competition and put the blinders on and leave it at that, which I know, because it's American Idol and it's a reality show, that's not going to happen anytime soon. But tonight's the night. What I'm looking forward to now more than anything else is the surprises. What duets they're going to be doing and who they're going to be performing them with. That is something to look forward to. So this is the end of the last recap for the season. Thanks for sticking with me, guys. It's been great being able to talk to you and to express myself and to have you express yourself right back in the comments. I've been loving every minute of it. I will have the final wrap up after the show tonight. So until then, take care. Fingers crossed for our favorites, and we'll see how things turn out. Talk to you all soon.